listen up. It's your boy T-Walk, aka Hard Body Tough, reporting live with another video about my Extreme Home Arcade machine. In my last video, I had a lot of questions. I figured I addressed those questions today. First off, bring it in right here. I want to show you that these are the speakers right here. The speakers are pretty loud, and inside is a subwoofer that gets pretty loud. It puts out a lot of bang. So if you really want to rock the house, you can. Another thing I want to show you is these the buttons right here. You have the option of getting them in just the classic style button, any kind of layout you want. You can also get them in light up colors, LED lights. But personally, I didn't want a lot of things to go wrong with my machine. I'm not computer savvy at all, so I didn't want to have more things possibly go wrong with my machine. When troubleshooting and maintenance, there's not really maintenance that you need to do to the machine at all. It's pretty awesome. Another thing here is the nice instruction manual. Voila, right here, it has 32 pages. I looked over it. The best thing about owning this arcade machine is that if you have a problem with the game, you're trying to get something to work, you don't know how to get somewhere, you don't know how to make a favorites category, whatever it is, configure the button layout to certain games, you can just call the 1-800 number. Even better, you can text them, and they'll text you. They're open between 8 and 5 p.m. and they can text you, and they'll text you back pretty fast and tell you how to get through what you need to get to. Very detailed instructions. My screen is the 50-inch screen. There are multiple versions of the Extreme Home Arcade system. There's like 3 different versions, like the classic version. That one costs around like $2,000, which they all come with the 65. There's 65,000 games on here, plus. Also, there's like multiple versions of each game on here. So if you have a game, you run into a game that you're playing. Let's say, for example, you're playing Street Fighter 2 on Nintendo 64 or whatever, or Super Nintendo, and it doesn't work, or it freezes, or it's laggy. Don't sweat it, because there's multiple versions on the arcade system. There's the Nintendo version, there's the Sega version, there's the PC version, there's the PlayStation 1 version, PlayStation 2 version, there's hacked versions. So I've run into the problems already to where I played a specific game, San Francisco Rush, I want to play, came out on Dreamcast. First thing I did when I got my arcade machine, went to Dreamcast and I wanted to play House of the Dead and San Francisco Rush. Neither of those games worked on the Dreamcast, and I was like, oh man, like all this money, and like some of the games don't work already. I'm like, oh my god. And then I found out that there's multiple versions of the game, so don't sweat it. It'll be the PC version will probably be the most reliable version. Like I was saying earlier, there's multiple Extreme Home Arcades. There's a stealth one where you can have the 50-inch screen, but the pedal is like much smaller. This one is the Mega K, so this is the best version money can buy. Of course, my machine costs $6,500, not very much money at all with all these games. This technology is not new. I used to have a classic red Xbox, and I had all the emulators on there already. This was like 15 years ago. So I wanted something like it again, but I wanted the nostalgia of the arcade machine. You can choose any skin that you want on your arcade machine, which I chose Dragon Ball Z. I adore Dragon Ball Z. The thing that sold me on my Extreme Home Arcade is because I wanted Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men versus SNK, Tekken vs. Street Fighter, all those games. And also I wanted Dragon Ball Z, Tenkaichi Part 1, 2, and 3. And there was other games I wanted. And if you want to see if there's a specific game that you want on your arcade machine, you can go to the website, check it out, type in the name of your game under the console that you want to see is on here, and I kid you not, that game is going to be on the machine. So everything is on here. All right, bring in a little bit more. If you want to play any game, you can credit the game. Like put in a coin means crediting a game. I didn't have the coin system like installed like on my arcade machine because I didn't really care about that. I don't have a lot of company come over to my crib. But anyways, this is how you put in a coin, start the game, and then there we go. And what I've learned through a friend of mine, Scantron 5000, he also owns the Mega K machine. He has YouTube videos. And what I learned from him is that you can pause any main main means that the arcade games, anywhere you want, during the fight, during the loading, whatever, just hold the start button and press down, and it'll save the state anywhere that you're at. So that's awesome. I've never been able to save my state where I'm at the arcade because, of course, they don't allow you to do that. To unpause it, press that. All right, so the game's starting up. Also, what I noticed when there's arcade games, of course, our classic arcade games had the small screen like this. Sometimes there's a bezel around it. I want that to go away. So it'd be like some art or graphic on the side right here, which I don't want that. I want the full screen. You can just hold the start button and press left, and then it'll like bring the bezel back and away. Anyways, to exit any game, just press the start button and the second player start button at the same time, and then you're back to here right here. Also, in my last video, I didn't show you other cool things that are on the machine. There's movies. So the movies that are on here is basically anything that has to do with the arcade or video game. The movie is on here. So, example, like the Street Fighter movies is on here. I don't think the Tekken movies are on here. There's a Warriors video game. There's a Transformers video game. Every video game that has a movie to it, it's going to be on here. Later on, if you tune in after I'm done talking, you can check out the movies that are on here. And also, back out again, just to exit the movie category. Start, second player start, same time, you're out of there. One other thing I've noticed is that, so like the games are in categories by the console. So you got your PlayStation 64, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1, PC games or whatever. And then also I noticed that in the front menu here, there's also just games here also. I assumed that they were like the PS3 or Xbox version of the game, but turns out they're the PC version of the game. And how I found out, I was playing Batman Arkham Knight, one of my favorite games on PlayStation 4, PS3, yeah. And I started playing it again because I just wanted to play it. And I realized that the graphics were slightly better, and I was like, why are the graphics like so much better? And I realized that's the PC version. The great thing with the PC version is that you can save anywhere, you know, so don't worry about having to save. I've always wondered, like, okay, with these arcade machines, how do you save? You can pause any game if you're inside an arcade machine, arcade game, you can save your state, but when you back out of any arcade game, it'll save your progress. So when you start that game again, it's going to start where you left off at. Same thing with the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast. You don't have a memory card, but the memory card is already installed in here. All right, it's a wrap. That's all I got, gang. Make sure you stay tuned so you can see the games and movies that I have on here. I also have some other fitness videos in case you want to get fit like me. Anyways, it's your boy T-Walk signing off. Peace.
sound is yours.